John and Embers and Dazar as simple folk. Doesn't that tell you a lot about this dude? This must be treacherous. These must be treacherous times indeed, if simple folk like us have cause to fear meeting strangers. Right? That's. I feel like you learn a lot about the Hakan just from their attitude. They're super. Because look at these guys. They're like 9 feet tall. They're made out of stone. They're practically invulnerable. Right? They don't need. They wear like a loincloth because what do they care about the elements? You know. So of course they're jovial and happy and gregarious and they love everybody. I think that's way more fun than anything else. Rem, I would say go to the. That's a good question for the Discord. Stand by. Uh-oh. What happened? Stand by. I need to check my email here. Stand by. Oh, Christ. Draft emails confidently with Gemini. Can I tell you to fuck off confidently with Gemini? Where would I be if I was... I got it before we... hang on a second. I think something just... stand by. He's going to kill... I'm crushing this email. How many people are watching right now? We'll find out together. Yeah, the Twitch counter can lie. Well, you know, it's funny because Bash Whoosh, there are definitely, I don't mean to imply that the decision to drop the encyclopedia style ancestry write-ups is going to make every single person happier. Nope. There are going to be a lot of people who are like, well, whatever with the fiction. I just want to read about these people. You know, but you can't make everybody happy is the point. And once you realize you can't make everybody happy, you start thinking maybe we should just do what we think is cool and see who comes with us, because it turns out then those are our customers. And the people who wished we did things different, well, I think that about every product almost, right? And so, yeah, you can't make everybody happy. And also the point is, nor should you try, really. So I feel like normally I would be done. Normally we just stream for 90 minutes, which is a goodly amount of time. But I might end up having to stream for another hour for reasons that will become obvious. We'll find out. We'll find out probably in like the next 10 minutes. Oh, wait. Yeah, so we're going to hang out for a little while longer, but not an hour. Not an hour. So what's on you folks' mind? Is there anything you folks want to hear, want to talk about? Well, Fallacy, you're going to discover, we're going to make a whole series of videos for the MCDM channel about how to learn from what MCDM has done. And the first of those videos is going to be about community. And we're going to talk about things like price point. I'm going to do probably a whole video, maybe, I don't know, a whole video just on price point and about how do not race to the bottom. Do not race to the bottom. There's this fallacy in product development where if you lower your price point enough, you maximize the number of people who can afford it and will look at it. That is a mistake. That is a mistake. Do not do that. Charge what it's worth. How much time did you spend on it? What is your time worth? How much money do you need it to make in order to keep doing this? That's how much you need to ask for. If you think I've got to lower the price so much that everyone can afford it, what you are telling everybody is that your product is worthless. And that's how they will view it. And you'll end up with a whole bunch of people downloading and looking at your product no, Chemgineer, no. I don't think, I mean, you never know. Like, you never know, but it shouldn't. We've already done a lot of work on that, right? So, you gotta think about what your product, even if it's a PDF, right? Even if it's just a PDF you're making for some 5th edition thing or draw steel or whatever, what is it worth? If you decide to give it away, or make it really, really cheap, like $1, what happens is you get a whole bunch of people looking at it like this because it didn't cost them anything to download. So they're like, well, what do you got? What is it? And those people aren't your customers. Your customers are people who they look at the pitch and they go, ooh. And then when they see the price, they go, that sounds worth it to me because I was already excited by the pitch. And maybe there was a little bit of a preview. So I was like, or maybe there was a review or some other people looked at it and said it was good. So I feel comfortable giving you the money, but you weren't asking for that much at the end of the day. And that is where you need to live. And that's probably going to be the overall theme of this upcoming series of videos, not on the Matt Colville channel, on the MCDM channel. And that is, if you decide to make your hobby into your business, then your job is not to make the best product you can. It's not to get as many possible eyeballs on it as possible. Your job is to live to fight another day. Because if you burn yourself out making the best product possible, or you bankrupt yourself, which can happen, making the best product possible, then guess what? You made a great product and now you are out of business. Now you got to go get a real job, right? Which is not your goal, which is not what you're trying to do. So that's the context, is if it's always going to be a hobby and you're okay with that, if you're okay with, no, and there are good reasons to do this. I don't want to make it my business. Fair enough. You've got a good job. It pays you well. You love the hobby. You want to give back to it. Then all none of this advice is 100% relevant to you. And that can be a really healthy attitude to have. But there are people out there who are like, no. I want to make a living doing this. If you want to make a living doing it, then you have to treat it like a business. And if treating it like a business means your principal job is live to fight another day, right? Oh, hey, no worries, Sword and Sleuth. That's the reason I do it, is because I think I do it partially because I'm an egomaniac, but also I do these streams because I think sharing the stuff with you folks is valuable. All right. So right, Aaron Hall, I think a lot of people need to hear it. A lot of people aren't going to agree with it because what I just said goes against the received wisdom. And again, people like knowing things a lot more than they like learning things, but we have learned a lot. And that's the context for this. I am now going to send all y'all motherfuckers off to our friends in Australia because I was supposed to be a guest on the Eldritch Lorecast, the Ghostfire Gaming official live stream, where they talk about industry news and 5th edition nonsense. I was going to be a guest. It is. You're right, Smite Lord. Learning things is hard. I was going to be a guest and I failed. I had a meeting scheduled and they conflicted and I didn't, and I felt really bad. I was like, I feel really bad. How can I make it up to you folks? I have an idea. What if I stream before your stream and I feel like most of you would really like the Eldritch Lorecast. It's got Sean Merwin on it, which is, that guy worked on some of my favorite books. So I am going to send you folks there now, and you can, give him 15 minutes, and I predict you'll be like, I like this. Raid. And I just go boop. And I think this is going to work. Yep. And when the 8 seconds ticks down, no Dale, because Dale is here. Dale is ours. She's ours now. No, she's here for this week, and she'll probably, what's up, Nick? She'll probably be back on the Lorecast maybe next week. All right, folks. Have fun. Say hi to all the folks. James Hake, Rhymes with Cake. Say hi to Sean Merwin. Say hi to Ben and their guest. And I will see you folks later this week. Peace out.